Think the Isekai genre lacks fresh ideas? Think again. These 10 incredible new releases are completely redefining what overpowered heroes in alternate dimensions look like. Kicking off our list at number 10, Saga of Tanya the Evil 2. Tanya von de Gurachav returns to the chaotic frontlines of an alternate magical timeline. Now commanding her fearsome Imperial battalion, she faces increasingly desperate global coalitions determined to crush her nation. The ruthless warfare intensifies as heavenly forces push this sociopathic tactician into even deadlier strategic battles across the battered continent. This long-awaited sequel finally delivers the unmatched tactical brilliance fans have desperately craved. The animation studio brilliantly captures the grim reality of magical trench combat. Watching an overpowered villainous protagonist constantly outsmart righteous enemies remains incredibly entertaining, cementing this dark masterpiece as an absolute powerhouse within the modern medium. Blasting into our rankings at number 9, Reborn as a Space Mercenary. A standard gamer unexpectedly awakens inside his favorite science fiction starship simulator. Stranded galaxies away from Earth, he realizes his elite customized vessel and massive wealth transferred over perfectly. He immediately begins navigating dangerous asteroid fields, fighting ruthless space pirates, and building a formidable mercenary crew to survive the cosmos. Trading generic fantasy worlds for vast galactic empires is an incredibly refreshing direction. The stellar mechanical designs and dazzling cosmic battles look utterly spectacular on screen. Instead of saving mystical kingdoms, our hero simply wants profit and freedom, making this an unusually grounded, yet highly addictive science fiction action spectacle. Continuing the countdown at number 8, Hell Mode. The hardcore gamer dominates in another world with garbage balancing. An obsessed completionist gets summoned to a fantasy realm locked entirely on the highest difficulty setting. Starting as a lowly summoner with abysmal stat progression, he must grind relentlessly through impossible odds. Facing monstrous hordes that easily slaughter regular heroes, he leverages his immense gaming knowledge to systematically overcome everything. I absolutely love how this series rewards pure dedication over instant gratification. The brutally unfair mechanics make every single victory feel incredibly earned and massively satisfying. Watching an underdog exploit game systems to casually destroy mythical beasts provides that perfect power fantasy thrill we all secretly want from this genre. Taking a delicious turn at number 7, The Forsaken Saintess and her foodie road trip in another world. After being abruptly cast aside by the royal family for a seemingly better magical candidate, a former saintess decides to abandon her holy duties entirely. She purchases an enchanted recreational vehicle and travels the vast countryside, focusing solely on discovering exotic monster ingredients to cook incredible culinary masterpieces from scratch. This anime offers the ultimate cozy escape from high-stakes dramatic plotlines. The gorgeous food animation will genuinely make your mouth water every single episode. It masterfully blends relaxing slice-of-life travel vibes with subtle, overpowered magic, creating an amazingly wholesome experience that completely heals your exhausted modern soul. Roaring into our top tier at number 6, Reincarnated as a Dragon Hatchling. A hapless protagonist wakes up inside a harsh primordial forest as a pathetically weak baby lizard. To survive apex predators, he relies on a mysterious internal voice detailing a complex evolutionary skill tree. He must continually hunt, consume magical creatures, and aggressively level up to become a fearsome legendary dragon. Watching pure monster progression is infinitely more compelling than standard human reincarnation tropes. The visual transformations are stunning, showcasing phenomenal creature design. We get to witness his grueling journey from absolute prey to untouchable apex predator, delivering an immensely satisfying visual narrative that hooks you completely from the very beginning. Breaking into our top 5 at number 5, That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Season 4, Demon Lord Rimuru expands his bustling monster federation while managing delicate political alliances across neighboring kingdoms. New hostile factions threaten the fragile peace, forcing the Jura Tempest forces to mobilize. Rimuru must balance intricate diplomatic negotiations with devastating magical warfare to protect his thriving utopia from powerful divine angelic adversaries. This juggernaut franchise continues to flawlessly execute the nation-building formula. The animation during massive clashes is absolutely breathtaking, proving the studio spares no expense. Rimuru remains the pinnacle of overpowered charm, constantly surprising us with brilliant tactical dominance while maintaining the lovable, peaceful demeanor we initially adored him for. Making serious waves at number 4. The Beginning After the End Season 2. Arthur Lewin delves deeper into his magical training at the prestigious Xyrus Academy while uncovering sinister plots threatening the continent. Dark forces begin moving in the shadows, pushing the former king to master advanced elemental manipulation. Ancient mysteries emerge, testing his resolve to protect his beloved family and new friends. The highly anticipated adaptation of this stellar comic brings spectacular martial arts and explosive spellcasting to life perfectly. The emotional weight hits remarkably hard, elevating it far beyond typical power fantasies. Seeing Arthur ruthlessly flex his overwhelming combat prowess against arrogant nobles makes every single episode intensely addictive and rewarding. Securing the bronze spot at number 3, My Ribdiculous Reincarnation. A deeply unlucky chef accidentally perishes and resurrects inside a dark dungeon as an animated skeleton. Lacking muscles entirely, he discovers an innate ability to absorb bones from defeated monsters, constantly upgrading his skeletal structure. He journeys upward through treacherous labyrinths, seeking magical flesh to eventually restore his human body. This absolutely hilarious parody manages to blend fantastic dark comedy with genuinely brilliant action sequences. The skeletal puns are surprisingly clever, and the unique combat mechanics involving interchangeable monster bones keeps battles endlessly creative. It confidently mocks established genre conventions while simultaneously delivering an incredibly solid and visually dynamic adventure. Narrowly missing the crown at number 2, Tsukimichi, Moonlit Fantasy Season 3. Makoto Misumi strengthens his secret demi-plane society while expanding his merchant company across dangerous human territories. When arrogant goddesses and corrupt nobles repeatedly attempt to manipulate him, Makoto unleashes his catastrophic magical power. His faithful monstrous retainers mercilessly crush any foolish opposition threatening their master or his growing economic empire. Makoto is arguably the most terrifyingly laid-back protagonist currently on television. The contrast between his peaceful merchant aspirations and his absolutely godlike destructive capability never stops being wildly entertaining. The animation beautifully highlights his overwhelming supremacy, solidifying this fantastic show as a masterclass in writing truly unstoppable main characters. And finally, reigning supreme at number 1, Sentenced to be a Hero. A legendary warrior is falsely convicted of treason and sentenced to the ultimate punishment. Forced into the darkest demonic territories, he must infinitely battle monstrous armies alone to serve his eternal sentence. Equipped with cursed armor and unyielding rage, he decides to completely annihilate both demon lords and corrupt kings. This masterpiece instantly sets a spectacular new standard for dark fantasy anime. The sheer intensity of the beautifully animated combat sequences will leave you utterly speechless every week. It delivers an uncompromising, brutally magnificent revenge story, overflowing with raw, visceral emotion and the most badass protagonist we have ever witnessed. These phenomenal Isekai series prove that getting sent to another magical world still provides endless entertainment and spectacular power fantasies. Did your ultimate favorite hero manage to conquer our rankings today?